the favourite sound I like is na 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 na.
Oh, let's just go fucking in. Let's go fucking in.
I did we had not really done a sound check, are we? It's not necessary.
No, you can still ask me a question.
I was going to say it was what is the best supermarket for crisps?
What's the best supermarket for crisps?
Because I went into Sainsbury's the other day and I was disappointed.
The one by Ed's has no crisps really.
It's a real shame. It's a real shame.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, I can't speak for all of them because we only ever we do all our shopping at Lidl's. I don't really encounter many other supermarkets.
Asda, mate, I'm telling you, Asda has got a good.
I was
going
to say Asda. You know what? I was going to say Asda. I was leaning towards Asda. I was going to say that. Asda probably.
Very, very impressed with their
but
selections
then,
at the moment.
Aside from newsagents, a lot of corner shops usually bring the goods.
Oh, it's true. No, it's very true.
Especially the £1 bags. They usually bring the goods. They bring the goods.
You know that 24-hour shop near the Ram?
Oh yeah,
great.
Good
selection.
Crisps.
Ooh.
Good crisps. You see them. We walk past the window. You can see them.
Oh mate, absolutely. That was good.
That's good.
I'll sleep.
Right.
I'll sleep better tonight.
Welcome to the You're Seeing Guys. You're Seeing Guys. It's great to chill. You're Seeing Guys. You're Seeing Guys. Great to chill.
Hello, welcome to episode 188 of the All Seeing Guys podcast with Greg and Joe. I, of course, am Greg, joined as always over the Skype ways by,
Obviously, Joe Jackson.
obviously, Joseph Jackson. You know the name, now own the toy. How are you?
Oh, I have toys now.
I was just going for a direct short circuit quote there.
Oh, fair enough.
You know the name,
It's
now
always
own the
lingering
toy.
in the background. Is short
Always.
circuit.
Always. I was looking through my phone yesterday and I came across pictures of the model I painted, and I was like really looking at it. Oh, he looks really cool. Even though he's literally behind me on a shelf. I'm sat there looking at pictures of him on my phone.
Fucking
like,
idiot.
just like, oh, look at that beauty. Absolute beauty.
Yeah. Dear.
How are you on this wonderful 9/11?
Fucking Jesus, it is, isn't it?
It is,
mate,
yeah.
top of the world. Trade Centre. I'm fucking great. Yeah, I'm good.
It is. It kind of slipped past because obviously with the death of the Queen, it kind of like didn't register that it was 9/11 till really late in the day. That I was like, holy shit, it's 9/11 today. I didn't see anything on Facebook, nothing like that at all. It just clicked one day, just later on during the day. I was like, oh shit.
Well, I did because of TikTok. Apparently, some people in the US have been making fun of the Queen's death, and now I've been seeing like TikToks where it's just like terribly bold of you to do such things with 2 days before 9/11.
Oh,
So
yeah,
everyone's
it is,
like,
yeah.
everyone's just rubbing their hands, waiting.
Terribly bold.
It's an awful time on social media these days.
Oh yeah, 100% disgusting time. But yes, so yeah, I guess the obvious news is that we lost Our Majesty the Queen a couple of days ago.
Yep.
Passed away peacefully, from what I understand.
Rip Liz. Rip Liz.
But yes, rest in peace, Liz. I didn't know how I'd feel about it, and to be honest with you, I don't really feel, not in a disrespectful way. It's sad. So it's sad the Queen died, of course, but I'm not like, I don't know. I thought it'd be. I always remember like having conversations years ago, like, oh, can you imagine when the Queen dies? It would be insane, and it's not really.
No,
It's just like, you know.
It's
like
no.
normal.
I would say I was more surprised than sad. I know obviously there was early reports of her being unwell and under medical supervision.
We all knew it was coming then, didn't we? It was weird. Everyone seemed to know
kinda
it
just
was
didn't-
definitely coming.
Even then, I didn't really pay attention. I was just like, yeah, like I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm-
It was strange, wasn't it? It's like as soon as it was announced, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, she's unwell.
like,
Oh,
but it
she
was
should
like
be
all
going
day.
soon.
Like,
Few people jumped the gun.
Yeah,
there were
yeah,
a few
yeah.
people did jump the gun
yeah.
with her dying. To the point that when I did see people actually saying "rest in peace," I was like, "Oh, here we go, jump
Yeah.
the gun again." So
Someone's got because I was seeing like stuff like people were doing live feeds of just like R.I.P. the Queen. I was just like, she hasn't fucking died yet. Like, don't. People obviously just trying to get fucking views and shit. Like,
get in there.
But, no, I'm like you. Like, it was, as I said, I was surprised, but I wouldn't really say I was sad. I think it's just sort of like I feel like we were like one of the last generations to really sort of get the hype behind the royal family and stuff. And then maybe it's just because all we ever saw was like the scandal.
Yeah, the scandal, and also it was also when you were a kid,
like, over the years,
it wasn't uncommon.
I'm not just saying like Prince Andrew. I'm just over
the
years.
No.
There
Scandals
has
in
just been
general.
Scandalous moments of the royal family, like.
And also, it's not like the Queen. It wasn't on as a kid. It was quite normal for the Queen's message to be on the TV at 3:00 or whatever.
Yeah.
I hadn't watched it in years, recently. But as a kid, I always remember it. As a kid, the Queen was a bit more of a. She was always around a bit more. You just saw her more. You cared. I think I cared a bit more. I didn't really know any other way apart from the Queen. Amazing.
I was gonna say she's an icon, but icon's not the word I'm looking for. I guess in a sense she was an icon.
In a sense, of course. Yeah, iconic.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a better saying.
She was iconic.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? 96.
Good innings.
70-year reign. Like
good innings.
You can't ask for better than that.
No.
And I think the nicest thing I ever saw on, because they were obviously like talking to people outside Buckingham Palace, and I saw someone that did put it great, and it was just like, she's just like everyone's nan.
Yeah.
And I think like that is, I don't want to see her as a queen. I was just, she's a bit of a, like, she's just like, nan's passed away.
Yeah. The nan of the Britain has passed away.
But like, I understand there's like people that are just like, nah, like, because I know there is some unfortunate things that the royal family are associated with and their actions and so forth. So I have seen a lot of people just like, nah, they fucking were terrible to other countries and so forth. And it's just like, yeah, I get it. Like, say your shit, but like at the same time, as I said, it is still someone's mum, it is still someone's nan, it is still someone's family member.
That's the that's the thing. And people saying people who love the Queen and people who didn't like the Queen can air your opinions, but just understand you're not going to change each other's mind. No one who's a big fan of the Queen is going to read old, John's fucking Facebook status saying like she was this, she was that, and be like, oh my god, he's absolutely right. I changed my mind. And same as he's not going to read a moving tribute to the Queen. Like, maybe she was amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the one that's wrong. That's the point that's the whole thing with social media. You're not actually changing people's minds. You're just shouting different opinions at each other.
That's it.
And people like me in the middle reading it just get angry, even though I'm not in part of the conversation.
I know. I am.
I'm not part of the conversation, but god damn, I'm angry at these comments.
I am edging more towards not going on sort of like social media that is very sort of post heavy. Like Instagram,
so
I find
Facebook basically.
Yeah, like where obviously it's just like sure, like Facebook is a whole bunch of stuff these days where it's like I sometimes I'm on Facebook and I'll scroll it right, and it will start off with like people's statuses or things they shared, and then that will all just disappear, and I'll realise that I'm just scrolling through adverts and videos of pages that I'm not even associated with. And it's just sponsors,
exactly.
And it's like I get lost in it, and it's just like, so I'd rather, again, just sort of like, Instagram's fine because it's just a picture, you just scroll past it, or it's a video, you just scroll past it. Like, there's nothing, unless it grabs your attention, you can fucking read like the details, but apart from that, like, I don't get involved in comments, like, I can't, it's just...
Oh no, I don't get involved in the comments. It's really weird though, I keep getting, surprise, groups suggested to me of people building their own Johnny Fives from Short Circuit, and but I'm scrolling through, and I don't. I'm not joining the group, but I see a post and I like it. Then I realise I've liked a post promoting a group I'm not in. Yeah. So then that just opens the door to more of those.
That's it. It's all.
But it was weird. Strangely enough, I was watching. Do you know the YouTuber Slap Tam? You ever heard of him? He does a lot of videos, a lot of top Slap Tam. Slap Tam, he's an Australian guy. He does a lot of videos and top 5 videos and stuff. Anyway, I was watching a podcast of him being interviewed, and he's a really successful YouTuber guy. And they were asking him, like, he's, have you ever been to England, mate? And he's actually, in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, I worked in a pub in a place called Chertsey in Surrey.
Huh.
And I was like, holy shit, that's down the road. Lizzie.
I was for a very brief moment there. I was waiting for you to say the fighting cocks.
Fighting
I was
cocks.
Like, fuck off, man.
And now I was saying to Lizzie, I was like, oh man, that Slatan guy lived in Chertsey. And she's like, oh, I wonder if it was the only pub really there.
Yeah.
The one that I've gone to a couple of times. And then from that moment on, I started getting promoted a Chertsey Johnny 5 building group.
That's fucking...
Of just a guy
in
in Chertsey.
as hell.
Yeah, just a guy in Chertsey building a short circuit, a Johnny 5,
Jesus
and updating his
Christ.
progress. I was like, holy shit, that's well close to the fucking...
That's on the bone, mate.
That is well on the bone.
On the bone.
On the fucking bone. Jesus. Anyway, Joe, how have you been? What's been going on?
No, I'm all good, man. I'm fully recovered from COVID, obviously.
Oh, yes.
I did for a long while afterwards feel just really sort of tired and shit, but I'm not gonna fucking turn this into another COVID episode. But yeah, so I've just been back at work and cracking on.
Cracking on?
Yeah,
cracking
man.
on?
Not a lot happened. How about yourself? You alright?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm okay, you know, getting on, getting by, living, existing, working, tired, all the above, but I'm okay. I'm doing all right. It was nice to see you and Ed yesterday for a couple of beers.
Yeah, we had a nice little arvo.
Nice little afternoon. I missed out on you guys meeting for pizza the week prior.
Oh God, mate, we do have to go because it is so fucking good.
Yeah, I do want to try the pizza at the Antelope.
We'll do maybe like a payday thing or something like
that.
Yeah,
I'll be up for that for sure.
That'd be cool.
But I equally said that I missed because apparently Ed was saying you were quite drunk when you left. He said
apparently I was,
you visibly and audibly seemed drunk. And then you had quite the adventure afterwards, which I'm really wanting you to share the story of.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because the updates you were sending to the WhatsApp group started off so fun and exciting. And then it literally went on. It felt like it went on for hours.
Oh, it was tits up.
Because you literally, at one point, you were like, I know I'm jumping ahead of the story. Joe would tell you the story, but it literally went from finishing the pub to I'm almost home, like really quickly afterwards.
Yeah.
To it's all gone wrong.
Yeah. It was that is it. It's a roller coaster ride. So yeah, I met. What was I? Oh, I think I just had a random couple of days off. And
you two had gone for it was after I'd just seen you guys a day before, right? And then you guys went for the pizza the next day, and I was like, I'm going to give it a miss because I've got to be up early and stuff.
That's right. That is absolutely right. Yeah. So me and Ed went to the Antelope and had a few beers, and it ended, and as we do, after a few beers, it then just sort of like turns to a whiskey, and just had a just one whiskey, but yeah, I was visibly pissed.
Yes.
So as I usually do, I'll walk from Surbiton back to Kingston.
I've just scrolled through the WhatsApp group to find the messages and photos of the story you're telling.
So I moseyed back to Kingston. Usually I time it pretty decent. I can walk from Surbiton to Kingston, and I've only got a few minutes till my bus arrives. This particular time, that did not happen, and I missed my bus, so I had to wait like a half hour. And I can't.
It's long.
I just can't. Of course, I've got headphones. I've got phone, whatever. I can pass that time, but I just hate waiting for that long. So, in my drunken genius, I decided to investigate and try out for the first time the Lime bikes, which is
was that the plan? Did you seek them out, or was there just one there and you were like, I'll give that a go?
So on my walk back, I think I passed one. And right. But I've been seeing them everywhere over Kingston.
Yeah.
So I was just like I knew it was like a hire bike sort of thing. And then when the other day I was on like the Uber app to sort out a lift to work anyway, prior to this event, and I saw they had bikes on there. So I was like, oh, okay, I didn't realise you could do it. I thought it was like a separate company. So yeah, I went on Uber app and I went for the Lime bikes, and it brings up the map and shows you where they're located in the area. And there was one right near the John Lewis sort of back car park collection bit, right?
Yeah.
And I sort of walk up to it. I was reading the instructions, and you've got to like put your phone to. There's like a QR thing, or it scans, and it's like, right, your phone has activated this bike. Costs like £1 to hire the bike, and then it's like something like 21p every minute.
Right.
So it's just like I was trying to like figure it out in my head, and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. Like,
Yeah.
like I was pretty. I'd just been paid, so like at the time, money wasn't a particular issue, and obviously I could have just got an Uber for the same price, but this was an adventure. It turned into an adventure. So
you seemed very happy on the bike when you sent the pictures and stuff.
It was so fucking fun. So like you get on the bike, and obviously it's like although there's pedals, it's kind of sort of it's still got like a battery in it, and the idea is you pedal to power the battery. So I get on it, and I sort of I pedal. I just push the pedal once, and it's like, vroom, and I was like, whoa, like. But before as well, like you have to take like a cycling proficiency fucking thing, which is great. So like it's asking you about like a bunch of questions about like road safety and stuff like that, and then like the fourth question is just like, you've been at the pub. What do you do? And it's just like, well, I've had a few drinks. I'm probably going to find a different mode of transport. So I was like, click that. Obviously, I didn't do that.
I'll drive instead.
Yeah. I clicked that, lying, and I didn't actually. I continued with my journey on this.
Then it gets you to do a breathalyzer into the bike.
Yeah.
Blow into the reflector.
So I started off slightly nervous for being on the road, considering I didn't have a helmet. So that's obviously a concern. So I stayed on the pavement. Obviously, when like it was only like 8-9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like crazy late. But obviously, if anyone was walking along, I would have dismounted or got to the side or not sort of just gone 30 miles an hour through these fucking people. Like,
get out of the way!
Just screaming, out of my way!
Ah!
So yeah, I'm on the bike, having a great time. I'm like bombing it. I'm like I'm at Hampton Court in like 5 minutes.
Wow.
I'm not even joking. And that's when I sort of stopped for a moment. Just because like I had my bag on, there was a basket at the front, so I put my bag in the basket.
Sorted himself out a bit.
Sorted myself out, and I sort of took some photos, and I was like, I'm on a bike. I can understand from your point of view that might have been confusing, but so yeah, I get I'm at Hampton Court in 5 minutes, awesome, and then I sort of carry on. I journey all the way back to Sunbury. And I get to a certain point, and I'm just like, I was back home in Sunbury in like 15 minutes easy. I was like, I can't believe how quickly this is done. Like, and then I get off the bike, and then I'm just like, I'm back on the app to like end my journey, and it's just disappeared from the app.
Oh shit!
Like the option for bikes, my journey itself. So obviously, like a timer comes up.
Yeah.
And it shows your journey and stuff, and there's an option to end it, and that had all just disappeared, and I was like, what's going on? Like, what's happened here? At this time as well, someone's walked out of like the shops I'm right near. And I was just like, excuse me, have you just ridden this bike here? And I was like, yeah. And they're just like, oh, I've seen these before, but I've never done it. What's it like? And I was like, oh, it's really good fun. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how to like end my journey right now. I was like, oh, right, we'll leave you to it and all that shit. And then I'm just like, I'm looking at the actual bike, and there's just like a red circle with like a line through it. Like, and I'm just like, oh, something's not right here. And I get back on the bike, and that sort of like quick push off is now just gone, and I am doing all the fucking work. And I was like, it just popped in my head that it's just like maybe I've driven or ridden too far. Like maybe there's like a certain like I don't know.
Yeah, there's an area it covers.
Yeah. So like where in Sunbury is not on like the Oyster card fucking like it's. You get to Hampton, it says like any stop after this is not in the zone area, so you can't use Oyster on the trains. You can use it on bus, you can't use it on trains.
Yeah.
And I think that's just the same fucking scenario. So I got back on this bike, and I was like, maybe if I ride it a bit back towards where I was, it will sort of like
come back.
Yeah, it will come back. And I was like driving this thing about, and I was like, fucking hell. And then it did eventually come back on, and I was like, okay, awesome. I've got this thing's back in life again.
Did it just reappear? Like you obviously just entered some area and it came back on.
It did come back, but my journey, the journey thing hadn't. So so the bike was back to life, but so I was just like, fuck, okay. And then I was just like, I got back up towards like so I had to start going back to Hampton. I drove all the way back to Hampton on this fucking thing, and I was just like, I stopped for a moment, and I was like, okay, where's the last place I saw these bikes like in the street? And it was like right near Hampton Court. I'm not even lying. There's 15 of these fucking things lined up.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's gonna be there. I've got to go all the way back to like Hampton fucking Court. So I went back there. And then, like, I remember when I got off and took a photo. When I got off and took a photo of the bike, I was where I was at Hampton Court and sent to you guys. That was the last time I remember seeing on the app that it was like it had like end journey. So I had to get off leave the bike, over at that fucking area, and then walk through the park to like the bus stop.
Oh shit!
And just be like, and even then the app wasn't fucking doing anything, and I had like 10% battery on my phone. I was like,
no,
this is fucking awful.
It's gonna keep charging me 21p
like,
a minute for the rest of my life.
So like, I went back to the bike, just like seeing if anything had changed. The light had gone, and it was now like locked. It couldn't move, and I was just like, okay, good sign. Awesome.
Good sign.
And then like a fucking notification came up on the app, and it was just like, thanks for using the light, and just like, your journey has ended. And I was like, oh, thank Christ.
God. Do you know how much it charged you?
£11.
£11.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
£11. But I feel like half of that was just me dicking around in an area I shouldn't have been. Like,
so it's quite funny. I'm trying to find the. Let me go back to. I'm in the. I'm looking for your group messages. I want to look through.
I still stand by that it is a good service as long as you don't go out of its jurisdiction.
Well, it's weird because you wouldn't know. It's weird not to know that. Like, I wouldn't know that. If I'd gotten one of those at Kingston, I'd have been like, I'm riding home to Cheshunt. Like, and I wouldn't have thought twice about it.
That's it.
But now I would.
I don't know what the
now
radius...
I would think twice about it.
I don't know what radius there is for like how far you can go. Like, but yeah, I definitely went over it.
Yeah, now I would think twice.
I do remember like my messages going from like having like the fucking sickest time on this bike, bombing it down the street, to like, I am so fucking done with this evening.
So you sent a message at 5 to 8. 7:55. You sent the first picture saying, "Man's on a bike home." And then 10 minutes later, you're like, "Shit goes fast. I'm already back in Sunbury."
Yep.
So it's been 15 minutes, and you've acquired the bike, and you've got back to Sunbury. You're almost home. Then, if I scroll down,
then
we get to 9:20.
Yeah.
And you're like, "What? My ride is officially ended."
9:20. Oh god.
2 hours later and £11 down.
That was it. I was on a bus.
Time to get the bus home.
I got the bus home. I don't think I even did. I even made it harder for myself. I think I got the 111 to Hampton and then the train to Sunbury because I was just so sick of waiting.
That's so fucking funny. Oh shit, man. Oh well, it was entertaining from my perspective anyway.
I still stand by them being really good bikes. Just.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. Can't you get scooter ones as well?
Probably, yeah. Just to stay to the restricted areas, you'll be fine.
But, you know, where am I really going to go? Am I going to hop on one to go from John Lewis to Bendals?
It made me... I'll tell you what, mate. It made me want an electric bike. That's fucking... That shit fucking...
Made me want an electric bike.
That shit goes.
Yeah, there's a guy who lives... I see him riding up the alley behind my house, and he has one. But I think it's electric. It looks like a motorbike, but he's always pedaling, and it doesn't make a noise like a motorbike. So it must be an electric bike. But it looks like it's he probably makes it look like a proper like hog, but it's not. It's just a pedal electric bike. But he's really made it look like he wears one of those like almost like Hell's Angel black cycle helmets, like the black weird shaped ones. Like, so he's really into it.
Yeah.
He's really into it.
I did. I was bombing it down. Like I took the back road past like the water station in like where.
Oh
Hampton is.
yeah.
And there's a few potholes down there, and I went over one of them. And mate, when my bag jumped out of the basket, and I was like, "Whoa!" Like had to like push it back in. It was like,
like
if that was, I was gonna say if ET was in that front, mate, he would have been
dead.
He would have made it home. Let me tell you.
Well, there you go, everyone. Joe rode a bike, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
He ended up losing a couple of hours and £11.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have more successful bike rides.
I've lost more money in worse situations.
Oh, that's true. Yes, I mean, we all have. We've all lost more money.
I just saw it as a bad investment, you know?
Well, you went rushing in, just didn't know, did you? That's all.
Rushing, mate. I went
it wasn't
right
explained. You didn't know about the area.
I did no research whatsoever. I was just like, gonna get on a bike. Fuck it.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point. You shouldn't have to do. You just want to get on it and ride the fuck up.
It's them antelope heavy ciders, man.
Oh, man, antelope heavy beers as a whole for sure.
Mm-hmm. It's different. Just get a different kind of pissed.
It is a different kind of piss, yeah. Like I say, when me and Ed get drunk there, we either end up crying or just being really heavy pissed.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
Let's move into Geezedropping.
Indeed.
We hear snippets of a conversation heard by you or us and read them out of our context. Geezedropping, what have you heard?
What have you heard?
having a listen. I'm going to need your help for this first one here, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Mate, I haven't got a lot of geese drops. I've only got one from Sam, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 from me. I have geese drops.
Well,
I bring geese drops.
Yeah, I have one that I got yesterday whilst we were at the pub.
Brilliant. Well, we'll do this first one, then you can do yours.
So we do
this
Sam's and then mine, and then you can do your 4.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So I heard this one in Kingston, actually a couple of weeks ago.
So
just a couple.
Not what I said then.
Oh, no. So you said do Sam's, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry. Well, I'll do this one, then Sam's, then yours. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, just because I've already set it up. So I'm in Kingston, and there's a couple walking past, like an older couple, and I need you to say, and you're going to be the woman in this situation, the wife.
Right.
I need you to say, oh, I just want to go to Marks and Spencer's. Okay?
Okay.
Right, and I'm going to, the geese shop is what the man says, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Can you just go ahead and say that? Oh, I just want to go into Marks and Spencer's.
Just getting into roll.
Okay.
Marks and Spencer's. Okay. Oh, I just want to go into Marks and Spencer's.
I don't want to go there!
That's great.
I know that cracked the microphone. I heard it echo. I can see
That
the
was
sound
great.
wave shake. But she was like, oh, I just need to go into Mark. And he literally shouted,
Before
I
she
don't
even
want to go
finished.
there. Like the husband. You'd think it'd be like, a teenage child acting that way or
Yeah.
another child. But it was a husband. They're probably easily in their early 60s or late 60s. Who knows?
God, that guy gives Tory vibes.
But yeah, he definitely did not want to go in there. I don't want to go there.
All right.
She was like that. She was like, okay, and they didn't go.
Fucking hell, Frank.
I was a bit like, just let it go to Marks and Spencer's. Fucking hell, what's the problem?
Yeah. They got good crisps,
Jesus.
actually. They do have good crisps.
They do have good
I will
crisps.
say that about them. They'll have
They
good,
do,
they've got
yeah,
good
for
crisp
sure.
selection.
And
variety.
Sam sent this one this morning. I think he heard this around the shopping place he works in. Can we make sure everyone else is aligned and using the correct pronouns? Is aligned? Can we make sure everyone else is aligned and using the correct pronouns? He just basically just saying make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah, I guess so.
And
Or
use the
unless
right
people,
pronouns.
unless pronouns are an issue at work. I
mean,
struggle with
if you're
pronouns.
if you're in a big centre, it probably would be. If
Yeah.
lots of people with different opinions of what their pronouns should be.
What do you?
It can get confusing.
Is there like a, instead of saying like sir or madam? What is it? What are they going to just like? They're just going to say hello.
Hello.
That's
yeah.
it. That's all it is.
Hi.
Hello.
I don't like saying sir, like when I'm serving people on a shop floor. But sometimes I automatically just do. Not to women, obviously. I never really went down the ma'am route. Hi, ma'am. I've never really done that.
No, I do.
Never really.
We're a bit more like, I guess it's a bit because I work in like a DIY paint place. It's a bit like more relaxed, but we sort of judge it. So like, if you see a trade guys come in, you're like, hello mate.
All right, governor.
I don't go too far. I'm
All
not
right,
like,
Gav.
All right, Gov. Or like fella. I sometimes fella. You right, fella?
I got called governor the other day, many times by the same man.
Yeah.
Why don't we just move on into your geese drop, Joe?
Alrighty then. I heard this in the pub yesterday as a group of lads came and sat near us.
Yes.
Having various chats, which caused amusement. They sounded like they're gonna have a good night. They were sort of like, all right, we'll go here, then we'll go there, and then we'll go for a curry. And I was like, oh, fucking, oh,
That sounds like a good night, yeah.
It was good. But then during that, I heard one of them say this. Are we getting weird tonight? I like that as a term for drunk.
Yeah.
That's great. Are we getting weird? Let's get weird.
Yeah. Let's get weird.
And then one of them, there was a little pause, and then one of them was just like, I'm already there.
Hey!
So they were, a bunch of lads on getting ready for a time on the towns.
I had a geese drop also from a table the other side of ours in the garden yesterday.
Oh, super. Was that the one that moved when you started smoking?
No, it was actually a table next to that.
Oh, okay.
It was a group, and I heard one guy say, I don't slide into DMs, I sliver.
That's not... Ugh. That's fucking horrible.
I'm like, don't confess to that, dude. Holy shit.
Because there is a difference between... Sliding is much cooler than slithering. Slithering makes me think you're a slug.
Yeah, a bit more
Slide
greasy,
just makes me
oily.
think. Yeah, slide just makes me think.
Slide's
you're like,
a bit of a smooth.
You've seen like
move.
an ice patch on the pavement.
Yeah,
and you ran across
really,
it.
hello, I'm here.
That's like what?
Sliver
Up?
just sounds a bit more like creepy, a bit
Yeah,
more
it
sinister.
makes
a
it-
bit
it
more
makes it sound
wiggling
like-
long, skinny fingers.
It makes it sound like you are slimy, and that's why you are slipping. I slip into DMs. That's what I do.
I also heard another guy
Greg, how would you enter a DM?
just fucking boot the door open and stroll fucking in.
I would run full force at the
And
door
I
to the
walked
DMs.
in DMs. That's how I'd do it. Fucking singing my heart out.
Yeah, nice. With your DM
A
song.
guy on the same table earlier when I passed, I heard say this. Heads up, I think he was quoting himself, but he basically was like, just to say, heads up, guys, I do have demons in my head, and they are absolutely screaming.
Was he doing a vlog?
No, he was telling people at the table, but I think he was saying. I don't think he was saying it to them. I think he was emanating what he would say to someone, maybe on a date or something. I don't know.
I like the idea that he just turned up.
Yeah.
And that's his first
Just sat
thing he
down with
says.
them. Hi guys,
Just
you're
so
not
you know,
asking me to leave
guys,
the
there
table
are
'cause
demons in my head.
and they're absolutely screaming.
Oh,
Abso-
that's good.
An old couple passed me in the street yesterday, and I heard the woman say, "This is my last geese job, and it's a doozy." I heard her say, "That wasn't Wellington. That was a chickpea rhubarb."
Seem quite
That
angered.
wasn't a Wellington. It was a chickpea rhubarb.
I don't even know what that is. That's just words strung together.
I mean, it's chickpea rhubarb. It sounds like a dessert to
Well,
me. but I could
chickpea
be
and
wrong.
rhubarb are two different things.
Chickpea rhubarb. I think I've heard of chickpea rhubarb. Chickpea rhubarb. Maybe I haven't.
It's two different things, isn't it?
Rhubarb.
Isn't it?
Rhubarb. Indian. Yeah, it looks like it is two different things. There you go. Who
Well, there
knows?
you go.
The more you fucking know. Well, it wasn't Wellington, but it was chickpea rhubarb. So this person obviously knows what it is. They've experienced it.
They've experienced it.
They've experienced. They know what the hell's going on.
Oh dear. Well, fucking hell. What a review.
What a review! Fucking hell! What a fucking review! That's my geese drops, everyone.
Excellent.
Nice and simple.
Well.
Nice and simple.
Thanks once again to Sam for sending in that geese drop. And,
Yes, thank you,
if
Sam. You might have sent others that I missed. I'll have to have a look.
And,
I've been a bit
as-
manic recently, and also I want to apologise to people like Marin and that who have messaged me stuff to look at for the podcast. Without going into detail, I have recently taken on a second job because we all know countries in a
chomping.
bit of a shitter at the moment.
Yeah.
So I really don't have much time to do anything.
Yeah.
so I haven't really looked at
I'm-
stuff or replied to messages and what have you. So I do apologise, but I will get back to everybody.
I am quite surprised that we are here this evening recording. In all honesty,
Well, I
but-
looked forward to the podcast.
As
I
do
don't
I.
wanna- it's not sorry. A podcast isn't work. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not the only work part of the podcast for me. And you have it easier. You have the Zoom mic. You press it down and hit record. I've literally got so much equipment to set up.
I do have a I hope for the best approach to my. There's
do
not
have-
really a lot to tamper with on this thing.
I have so much stuff here to set up. It's insane. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, thanks
is-
to everyone
I-
who sent stuff. I will get back to everybody.
This is it's. I still see the podcast as like it's. It started out as fun. Like lockdown sort of occurred. I mean, even though that was about 6 years after we'd been doing all this,
Yeah.
and it became a bit more of a dependency of just sort of like being in contact and sort of.
Oh,
some-
it literally
some fucking
became
normalcy.
It became the Friday night.
Yeah, it's just some normalcy. And then
Because during lockdowns we did it every Friday, not every other Friday night
Yeah.
without fail. Because we weren't going anywhere. It was our Friday nights.
nothing to do, mate. Nothing to do.
It was
a good-
literally Friday nights.
I enjoyed this. I enjoyed that time. It was good.
Friday
times.
night dinners. Oh man, speaking of Friday night dinners, this is fucking hilarious. It's actually a bit of an Indiana geese drop. Lizzie was talking to one of the nans at the school, and a bit of a sharer, and she basically mentioned, "Oh, I'm going through the menopause."
Oh, that's a big
And
share.
Lizzie was like, "Oh, okay."
That's a big share.
And Lizzie told me, and Indiana turned around and went, "The menopause, like what Jackie had in Friday night dinners." And I'm like, she did go through the menopause of Friday night dinners, Indiana.
Her fucking memory is amazing. That is amazing.
We haven't watched it in so long either. Crazy, absolutely
That is
crazy.
mental.
I know.
Christ. Take her to Vegas, mate.
Yeah, proper nut. Yeah, proper fucking nuts. Have you seen this new trend of jewelry making?
What?
This new trend of jewelry making, be more specific, turning your semen into jewelry.
I remember that joke in Green Wing.
What was the joke?
He what's his name? The fucking weird one, Dr. Statham.
Yeah.
He gives the woman in HR or whatever it is a locket, and
oh yeah, the woman he likes. Yeah.
But it's got his cum inside it, and
Yeah,
she's like,
brilliant.
keeps leaking. What is this? And he's like, my man milk,
Milk. Yeah.
my man milk.
Man, milk.
He's so amazing in that. So fucking was it Mark? Fucking what's his name? Mark.
I can't remember, but that he's a fucking great actor.
Oh
that guy.
mate,
He's
if you
fucking
want someone
hilarious.
to do like weird and awkward,
Again,
fucking
from Friday Night
every time.
Dinners as well, wasn't he? Friday Night Dinners as well.
Friday
Yeah,
Night Dinners
Jim.
as well.
But sculptor and jeweler Amanda Booth spoke with Vice about clients commissioning the Jizzy jewelry. Clients basically send samples of cum to her workshop, which are then dehydrated, powdered, and turned into wearable clay beads or trinkets.
It's still jizz.
We process them at the end of the day, otherwise they're sitting in the smell all day, and it's just... We did it in the morning one day, and it was just, no, I'm never doing that again.
Oh mate, why?
When someone commented on one of her TikTok videos asking if she'd ever use man juices to create jewellery, Vice noted that Booth made a half-joking Facebook post about Jizzy jewellery and started receiving serious orders for it.
Oh god.
She also, to cum ratio, she noted. What the hell? Booth initially tested the process out with her husband to see how much cum would be needed to add to a sculpture.
Imagine going and asking the husband.
Teaspoon. Apparently, at least a teaspoon.
Darling,
I bet he had fun enjoying that.
I bet he not hitting the teaspoon. You ever tried jizzing on a teaspoon, Greg?
No, miss it all over the place and then
Man,
shoot
hard
it
to-
up like fucking smack afterwards.
Oh, you fucking animal! Get off this podcast right now. That is atrocious.
Does it have to be semen? What if you sent like a turd in and they turned it into like a pair of earrings?
It would smell. Think of the smell.
No, well,
Greg.
no,
you haven't
they
thought of the
would-
smell, you bitch.
They would do their jewelry magic to it.
What? Just like cover it in varnish?
Maybe, yeah.
That's
God,
the-
you imagine covered in varnish, wearing your turd earrings out,
Yeah.
covered in varnish, all shiny at a wedding.
looking like-
And you're dancing, and accidentally hits the wall and cracks the varnish. And
Oh.
it just stinks of shit everywhere.
Ruins the wedding. Absolutely
Yeah,
ruins
it
the wedding.
ruins the wedding.
Ruins the wedding. All of a sudden, everything was great. The ceremony, the reception, it was brilliant. Up until about 9:30, when all of a sudden there was this ungodly smell of shit in the room.
And my mother-in-law's turd
Why
earrings
would you wear,
are
Greg?
split
Why
everywhere.
would you wear turd fucking earrings to a wedding?
Why would you wear my turd?
Why would you wear turd
my
earrings?
turd?
Why would you wear
Something
turd
borrowed,
earrings to a
something
wedding?
new. Here's my turd just for you.
That's the vowels sorted.
What about blue? Is there something blue? Oh, I'm working on it.
Oh, sorry, I thought you said something poo.
Something poo. I thought you said something poo.
Yeah.
Something borrowed, something poo.
That's sorry. I'm audibly dyslexic.
But yeah, it's a pretty surreal thing to be wearing.
Is that what you'd ask for as an alternative? You'd rather wear shit jewelry than cum jewelry.
I mean, I probably wouldn't wear either. Maybe I could have. I always remember.
I feel like
That's-
some instead of for earrings, I feel like 2 foreskins would be good. Just 2 little.
It's a Doberman. Let's have it.
How big is your foreskin?
That's how she describes it in Arrested Development, isn't it?
Oh god!
When
yeah.
the sister's got that charity to like save the foreskins, and she's like, "It's a Doberman. Let it have its ears." And then the brother's like, "Sounds like you saved enough skin to make 10 new boys."
Underrated show, man.
Oh man, not underrated. That's first season, especially, is outstanding. I completely forgot what I was going to say then. Damn it.
Like
Oh yeah, that's what I was
fingernails?
going to
You'd have
say.
fingernails
I remember at school when I was in Moor Lane Junior School, so young. There was like a car boot sale on the school over the weekend, and I remember going with my friend Phil, and I saw this. It was like a necklace with like a little bottle on it with like glowing luminous liquid inside it.
Okay.
And I really wanted it, and I ran off to go ask my mum if I could have some money. When I came back, it was gone. And I was like, fuck. And then my mate was like, oh, look what I got. And he bought it. And I was like, oh, man, I was going to get that. And he's like, oh, but I liked it too. And I was really upset with him until the next day at school when he got rinsed for wearing it because it looked like he was just wearing a bottle of piss around his neck. And I even remember one of the... we were reading a story. And in the story, a little boy wet himself. And I even remember the teacher looking up going, oh, it's a shame we didn't have a little bottle around his neck like Philip.
The teacher.
Yeah, the teacher.
The teacher. Even get rinsed by the teacher. There's no comeback from that. That is how you create mass killers. That is...
It is pretty disgusting.
You know, when, like, because like, the teachers, they're kind of sort of like that hope that someone's kind of on your side. Like, and then they just fuck you over like that. Jesus.
So
it's very Ed Gein. It's a very Ed Gein-y sort of...
Oh, it is,
like...
yeah. There is a horrible bit in this article about the cum jewellery where she talks about when she processes the semen samples, because if they don't, she literally says, we're sitting in the smell all day, and it's just... We did it in the morning one day, and it was just like, no, I'm never doing that again.
Have you ever smelled old jizz before?
I don't know if I smell old jizz. No, I can't say I've really... I don't know if I've...
It's not a
maybe
popular...
without knowing it.
It's not a popular fragrance, in all honesty.
No, I imagine. But she also gets sent in cremated remains of loved ones, of pets. Hold on a minute. Oh, it's a weird one. Examples include cremated remains of loved ones and pets, breast milk, fur, and locks of hair. I
feel like breast milk's gonna smell worse than cum.
Breast milk just seems a little bit like
it's still milk. It's gonna go. It's gonna have that horribly sour scent to it after a while. You know what I'd like? I'd like a set of grills, but they're made out of other people's teeth.
Oh man, that's horrible.
That'd be good. It'd be fucking horrific.
Like some child's baby teeth across the front of yours.
Yeah, no, just like a nice, like it fits in like a gum shield. It fits in like a gum shield, and it's just sort of other people's teeth. Not like one row of just someone's teeth. Different individual teeth.
Oh my god. Oh, somebody's read this cum jizz article. Someone's put, imagine complimenting someone's jewellery and they say, thanks, it's cum.
Thanks, it's cum. It's like the
it's cum.
It's like that meme. It's like asking or like commenting about a girl's skirt that has pockets, and she's like, "Thanks, it has pockets."
Someone else added, "Imagine 75 years from now finding a necklace at a Goodwill and not knowing what it has in it." It is legal to mail semen, including internationally. That's good.
Yeah, it's or like it's like the next like Conjuring.
Jesus,
cum has. Conjuring. The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Brilliant. That's brilliant. Cum has reportedly captivated many people's imaginations for several years.
I bet it has.
Several years? It seems like it's really longer
several
than that.
Centuries.
Several years just sounds like the last couple.
For 700 years.
Cum has fascinated people.
700 years people have been fascinated by cum.
People can't believe it. I heard on the radio that
was it
completely
depressing
changing the
songs?
subject. Yes, but completely changing the subject. I heard on the radio that Kayne West is opening a Christian prep school, and it's got links to. I swear they said Adidas. Could be wrong. I mean, I've not got the article in front of me. Just heard it on the radio. Yeezy is doing the uniforms, so he's obviously doing the uniforms. But the head, and you have to sign an NDA to let your kids go there, so you won't talk about it. And the headmaster has no teaching experience and won't even send his own kids there.
I feel like that all for me, all those like bits leading up, it just sounds like a sexual assault case in the future. Like that sounds awful. The teacher,
I heard it on the radio.
Teacher
like,
is not a teacher. The teacher is not a teacher.
The headmaster's not anyway. No.
The headmaster's not a teacher, or there's no actual form of a teacher of any sort of qualification. You're not allowed to talk about it contractually.
Yeah,
like that sounds fucked.
It sounds insane, doesn't it?
I hate that.
It sounds very Kanye.
The one thing I truly hate about Kanye is that he thinks he can teach people things.
He needs to be taught a few things, doesn't he?
It's just like it's a classic sort of Lizzie thing. He's such a ball bag.
He's a
fucking ball bag. Like it's like he's the
Lizzie says ball
he's
bag,
like,
listeners. Joe wasn't calling Lizzie.
No,
a
no,
ball
I
bag.
wasn't. Sorry, no. Me and Lizzie don't have beef. It's all right. It is like he's. I hate saying this, but it's like he's like hip hop's Axl Rose, where like he's a bit of a cunt, but you like his music.
You like some of his music.
You like some of his music. Yeah, you know, like first like 4 albums. Or no, sorry, no, because it was 808 and Heartbeats. That can fuck off. That doesn't count.
Yeah, I know. I quite like some of the songs on that album.
Mate, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is like one of the greatest.
Oh, that
albums
is one of the great
ever.
It's
like,
one of the greatest hip hop albums.
It's insane. It's fucking insane. But he is a cunt.
He is. He's a bit nuts. I also wanted to. I think you sent me something, didn't you? While I look for that, I also wanted to bring up a little something I heard on Kevin Smith's podcast the other day and looked up, and it was to do with baby names. I don't know if you saw this, but there's a list.
No,
of
the only news article I paid attention to this week was the Taiwanese retirement home that hired a stripper as entertainment.
Oh, I saw that.
It was amazing.
I saw that.
Greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That was awesome. So there was a list of baby names. And this particular baby name list is Disney themed baby names,
God.
and it's just been showing how what names have been entering or climbing this
Yeah.
Disney. But bearing in mind, Disney doesn't just mean Snow White. Disney now means Star Wars, Marvel, and the reason
Here's me just thinking Ariel.
yeah, exactly. And the reason that this popped up was because an odd choice for a baby name made it into like the top 9 recently.
I feel like Anakin is going to grow
and it made it into the top
popularity.
9 after raising an impressive 2,892 positions in the Social Security Administration Name Popularity Index in the last 4 years. And this name, do you want to hazard a guess as to what name this could be?
Kylo.
Kylo is on the list.
Of course
it's been in the list for
Of
years.
course
But I don't think it's in the top 10. It's a bit further down.
What?
This one's made it into the top 9. It's moved into the top 9 after like shooting up like 3,000 positions.
Right.
Over the last 4 years.
Pinocchio.
No.
All right. Okay, one more try. Jafar.
God, I thought you were going to say it then. No.
Oh, is it Jay?
No, it's not.
God
no, I
damn
don't know
it.
why. I just really thought you were going to suddenly say it. Thanos.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Who the fuck? And I'm like, who's calling their kid? I mean, Thanos. I mean, did they see the film?
Yeah, he looks like a dildo.
He's an impressive looking villain, but like he's the baddie, right?
He looks like a dildo with teeth marks. He is.
It's like a Bruce Willis dildo.
Like Abdullah the Butcher, like an old wrestler who had like scar marks in his fucking
That's
forehead.
nuts. But you know what's
Thanos. Oh, that's so lame.
Isn't that weird?
That's
Isn't it
really
strange?
lame.
Do you know what's right at the top of the list?
Thor,
You won't like this.
Loki.
Loki's in the top 20, I think, but not in this one. No, number 1 on this list. Or it says right at the top of the list of baby names based on Disney characters.
Nemo.
Quill, as in
Chris
Pratt's character Peter Quill.
Quill.
So it's not even the first name; it's the surname of the character.
I don't know, it's not bad, but it's still rubbish.
It's not bad. It's not bad, to be honest.
I was thinking of much worse than Quill. I guess also because it's like it could just be the old form of like writing was a Quill.
Yeah, but other popular names that have ascended from Disney properties recently are Kristoff, which is Frozen.
I was thinking Waltz.
Ray, which was Star Wars. Aladdin.
That's weird. Doesn't really work. How are you going to call your kid Aladdin?
Miranda, the one from Brave. Belle.
Yeah.
Simba. And Olaf.
Imagine just having like
And rounding up the top 10 comes Thanos after Timon.
Oh, Jesus. Just imagine being like a kid in like, I don't know, Bolton. And you're being,
Right.
what was that last one?
It was, Olaf?
Olaf, yeah. Just imagine being a kid from Bolton and you're called Olaf. You're right, my name's Olaf.
Sounds alright in that accent, though. I
does.
quite like it in that accent.
Yeah,
Sounded
maybe
alright in that. I
maybe
quite
it's a
liked it.
regional thing.
As long as you kept saying it in that voice,
You're
I think
right.
you'd be all right.
You know, the name's Olaf.
That's
You
crazy.
got to emphasise the O at the bit. Olaf.
Olaf, Earlaff.
He's a rat laugh.
Laugh.
Sorry to all our
Sorry, everyone.
northern
that
listeners
we've,
there. Sorry.
Yes, I do apologise. We've sidetracked ourselves.
Of course, it's what we do.
Massively
It
here.
happens. It goes on.
So you sent me an article, which I now can't find. Oh, of course you're the last person I messaged, so it's going to be right
You're
now.
goddamn right I am. Oh, me and Matt Toms have beef with you, by the way, because we both tagged you in the same thing, and we didn't get a response.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, really? We
On what?
Do you remember my mate James, long-haired guy?
You and Tom who?
Matt Toms.
Oh, Matt Toms. I have when?
Today. Well, I did it.
I've
I did it yesterday.
I've not
and-
been. I've had nothing show up.
Oh.
On mine. I'm looking through them now, and I'm already 5 days back. And
Oh,
the
mate.
last notification I had was 5 hours ago, where Tim tagged me in a place in eatery in Cannock that got a 0 hygiene rating.
It might be. It
And
might
that's
be
it.
because it's a person. But do you remember James, who he was? So my boss when I was at Jessup's, it was her boyfriend, long-haired guy. Used to go down the Cox a fair bit.
Maybe
You
I
might
saw.
have seen, maybe.
Maybe.
Well, he put something on Facebook the other day, and he's making a table. He's making like one of these styled one of those sort of
oh
tables.
yeah,
right?
the resin tables.
Yeah, right.
That's sick.
But this is what he's adding to it.
Has he got a Millennium Falcon going through the thing? Yeah, that's cool. I've
And then
seen
he's
loads
obviously
of
gonna,
these.
mate. It looks fucking awesome.
I didn't get that. Sorry.
There was a whole, yeah, no, there
Maybe
was,
because I'm not Facebook friends with him.
Well, that's what I thought. But yeah, Matt.
Please
Matt,
let Matt know that I haven't received any notification of such thing.
I did. Well, Matt wrote like literally a day after I put it on. Then he was like, "Greg Armstrong, check this," and I just put, "He's ghosted me" when I tagged him. So
Yeah, I
Matt's
didn't
Matt's
see
just like bastard. When I'm going to steal his book from Waterstones when it comes out. So then I had to warn him that it's a pretty hench book and it's not an easy task.
No, it's not. No. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't see that. By the way, Joe just showed me a picture of a table with like a canyon cut in it in wood, and he's put little Millennium Falcon and TIE fighters flying through it, and it's one of those ones you then fill with the clear resin. Awesome. You
Looks
can
great.
see them being made on TikTok and Instagram,
Yeah.
what have you. They're really cool tables, and if I had the space and the money, I would definitely have one of those tables.
Absolutely.
I think that's the only sort of table that actually would be able to handle what the size
What
of my
I
book.
what I do to it.
The size of my book. Yeah, well, I do to it.
What I do to it.
By the way, Joe, that article you gave me isn't working.
Ah.
Oh, it is now. It is now.
I was going to say probably got taken down.
I hit
for
it like
being-
3 times, and it kept saying unable. Now it's opening. So you sent me an article, and it was of brand
Yeah.
tributes to the Queen.
I was sent.
I haven't seen these, by the way.
No, I was sent a TikTok, and it was a guy running through like brands.
I saw the TikTok. Yeah,
yeah.
I saw said TikTok, but I hadn't really seen the list. So this was some odd. I'm not even really odd. Just they put weirdest brand tributes to the Queen,
Yeah.
and we got first up here. We got Crazy Frog.
Yeah, like came out.
I didn't even know Crazy Frog was still a thing.
No, it's
Like tweeting.
yeah. Who knows? But yeah, it's so weird that he would sort of like rise from the dead just to say, "Oh, maybe she like bought the ringtone."
Maybe.
Can you imagine that? She's just like balling around Buckingham Palace with a 3310, just like. Rah, bah, 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 bah.
And it is, I mean, to be fair, there's nothing really bizarre or weird about. They are. I mean, their brands are doing what they should. They have to put something out. Really,
Yeah.
like it's just funny seeing them. So we got one from Funky Pigeon. But it's actually But it's actually a very nice message.
No.
We're deeply saddened by the passing of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. The Funky Pigeon team would like to extend its deepest sympathies to the royal family and all those grieving her loss at their time. Like, it's a nice message.
Well, this kind of started as well because Gaz sent into the group chat. He sent a that picture of because the way it sort of came through, it literally just looked like a memorial picture for the Queen Elizabeth dying.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, but then you click on the picture and it's actually like an Ann Summers ad, and underneath it is like literally just lingerie and dildos being advertised.
Right underneath, yeah.
Like literally underneath. In mourning, why not fuck yourself?
God, Curry's then. We are deeply saddened by the loss of Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth.
That's because she had a buy now pay later still going.
As well as celebrating her life and her example, we want to offer. I honestly thought they were going to be like, we want to offer discount on all of our new Dyson Hoovers. But no, it actually is sympathies to everyone who has been affected by this news.
Yeah.
Simple. No, this is an advert. Fucking hell! I was literally about to read out an advert. I've stopped
15% off
colouring
when
my
you enter
hair.
the discount code.
I've stopped colouring my hair as nothing covered the grey, but this worked. We're deeply saddened by the Queen. No, that wasn't real.
She had grey
Yeah,
hair.
it makes sense. The Met Office would. Yeah, Met Office is British. Shrek's Adventure. London joins millions of mourners around the UK and the world. United in our loss, we give thanks for the life of... I don't really know what Shrek's Adventure is. I've seen it. It's next to the Sea Life Centre on along South Bank. But I don't really get what it is.
Nah, I don't really. I mean, I'll go in the aquarium all fucking day, but I'm not bothered about Shrek.
Open for a surprise.
Greg, that's clickbait. Don't do that.
No, this is the Ann Summers one. So actually, this is Ann Summers. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth II. Thank you, Your Majesty. And then, literally underneath, popular categories: lingerie, sex toys, crotchless, lubes, erotic, and clothing. And it's all like, there is literally a dildo directly under the picture of the Queen.
It's what she would have wanted.
I'm sure she would have wanted that. Like,
what mobile? Do you think the Queen had a mobile phone?
I'm sure she had some sort
What
of
if she had like
communication.
a secret Instagram account that no one knew about?
Oh, that would be awesome.
That'd be fucking great.
She's like sharing just dick pics and shit.
She's just like randomly DM people, just saying I'm the Queen, but no one will ever believe you.
Nobody will ever believe you. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man. But yeah, there was quite a few oddities. I think there was some like it's just sort of. I mean, obviously everyone pays their respects and so forth, and but I mean, it is quite rare for companies to all sort of like chime in and be like, oh, they do.
Well, that's
like,
it. Yeah.
Not every company was being like R.I.P. Michael Jackson when he fucking died, did he? Like.
No, well, it's different. It's the Queen. I know a lot of people were obviously more like,
Are you
at
saying
first,
that Michael Jackson wasn't the king of pop?
Oh man, I love this one. The Crystal Maze did one. The Crystal Maze Live.
What?
Oh, the Crystal Maze Live. We extend our deepest condolences to the royal family. Join the nation and millions of people mourning. Yeah, see.
I like the idea of all of the royal family being in a room.
Pizza
sort of
Express. Are they gonna mention Prince Andrew?
Oh, maybe. Who knows? Oh,
No,
did you see the
they
guy?
They haven't mentioned Prince Andrew.
Did you see the guy who shouted out that
Yeah.
you're like to Andrew? What was it
Yeah.
like? You're a terrible.
I love the headline was like protest or just someone was arrested for heckling Prince Andrew as he passed, and then the next day it was like he was arrested for like breach of the peace, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean,
at least Andrew's been put in charge of the corgis now, so that's okay.
Yeah, I've seen that joke.
That's
yeah.
like his important job. He's been put in charge
I've seen
of the
the
corgis.
fucking joke. I've seen it.
What joke?
Someone saw that on Twitter and was just like, "It's okay. He's really good at grooming."
Oh, I didn't see that. That's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
My joke was gonna be he can now add bestiality to his jacket. But yeah.
Just to completely the fork in the road, and you both
I
went
know
in
what will
different
cover up the
directions.
pedo allegations. I'll start banging the corgis.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck these corgis to death. That'll get the heat off me.
Alleged allegations, of course. Anyone who's like, outrageous. Obviously, the Kebab Awards.
If you're listening to this podcast and you find that outrageous, you can absolutely go and fuck yourself.
Yeah, but it's not even about that. It's even if it's not fan outrageous, it's us just having to say allegedly.
I know,
So,
yeah. There's
in
some
case
things that are kind
in case we end up stood in court one day without being played out, so allegedly.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's not a magic word that covers you up.
Can
but
you
still.
just rewind that 3 seconds? What, to the bit where he says, go fuck yourself? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Of course, British Kebab Awards stepped in.
Oh,
And
yes.
That's the first one I saw that kept doing the rounds. And
Yeah.
again, everyone's like, well, I was like, well, they have a right to still post.
Yeah.
Like,
That's very biased of you, Greg.
Domino's Pizza. I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, like, they are. I mean, yeah, the Greg's one's funny because the picture they chose is she's literally wearing the Greg's colours.
Yeah.
She's literally wearing the Greg's colours.
That must have
That's why
taken
they
them all
Photoshop
morning.
a sausage roll like a cigar coming out of her mouth.
That must have taken them all morning to find that.
Yeah, I swear I've seen it somewhere. I swear I've seen it.
Has she ever worn Greg's blue?
Funk and Greg's blue. I mean, have we got over wearing the Greg's Primark clogs?
Oh my
not
God.
clogs.
Fucking not Uggs.
Not Uggs. I
We're just
forgot
naming
Crocs,
terrible
Crocs,
shoes.
Crocs. Yeah, I had a look at them the other day when I was in Primark. It was quite funny.
You know, I think
the whole Greg
the
stuff.
only person that I can genuinely think that could pull off the entire Greg's outfit, and I'd love to see it, Billie Eilish.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. She doesn't know what it is, but yeah, she probably
fuck
could.
it, yeah, I'll wear it.
She probably could.
Double XL, yeah, go.
I feel we've got to mention this really. Yeah, there's the tributes. Yeah, but they're not. It's hard to really take the piss out of those because they are touching tributes.
Sure.
It's just weird seeing it come from.
It is bizarre.
Greg's and Summers Funko Pops. Like it's weird to see.
It's kind of I don't know. It's like it's like they're trying to make companies human by having emotions.
Should we have done an All Seeing Guys one?
No, absolutely.
Too late now.
What do you think we're doing now? Oh, sorry.
Now, Fran sent me this. I think a lot of people had already seen this. I certainly seen this. This came out start of August. This was definitely doing the rounds. We talked about it in the group with Gaz and Sam, but there's a few different versions, and it was obviously the relative top United Kingdom's top searches on Pornhub.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And it broke down the areas, didn't it, of what was the most popular relative searches. So relative searches indicate what locals are more likely to type into a search box compared to their neighbours. These terms are all within the top 100 searches in the UK and make up a larger proportion of the total searches in each region when compared to the average popularity across the rest of the UK. So here we go. We'll look at the United Kingdom top relative searches. Now, there's a few different breakdowns here, and then there's like relative categories.
I found the map and how it's broken up very odd. I feel like they're just sort of like I don't know what radiuses they were choosing this on, but it was just like Scotland's like cut off, and Wales is in a separate section, but then it's just like the entire southwest of like England. It's just one big bit. I feel like you should just like maybe that could be condensed. I don't know.
Well, maybe they can just reshuffle the map for.
It just reminded me of my end of year Spotify run back. You know, like.
God, I'm glad I don't do that with porno.
I'm bummed, mate. I well want to see what I've been up to in a year.
So Northern Ireland, just simply mature. Now.
Very vague.
Northwest.
That could be old man or old women.
Could be. Northwest, chubby.
Oh, I thought you were bringing up Kanye West daughter, and I was like, that's a terrible thing to search.
I like Northeast is chav. I don't know why, but
No,
chav.
it's an interesting search. There is some,
it is, yeah. Yorkshire and Humber, MILF.
Nice.
West Midlands, Indian.
I mean, no. I'm not saying it.
East Midlands, BBW. That's big black woman, right?
I think it's
No? Big beautiful woman.
Yeah, big beautiful women. Well done, Greg. Big. I was waiting for you to be like BBW. That's big black wang, isn't it?
It shouldn't have gone with that one.
Big black cock.
Wales, ASMR.
See, now I saw that. And I genuinely thought they just got the search engine wrong. They were just using the wrong search engine to search us, like that you go on YouTube to look for. And they're just like, oh, well, it's or maybe they're. I mean, I don't get the whole like whispery, like sort of ASMR videos.
Yeah.
It also makes me think of the What is it? Are we saying that right? What was the
ASMR?
Yeah, because I get it mixed up with the MRSA virus thingy that like fucking happened a few years back, where people were getting like horrible
I've got
infections.
ASMR from hospital
Yeah.
when I stayed in there.
I got MRSA, so
I like these ones here. So east of England is Joy, Joi, and that's like instructional, right? Isn't that what that is?
it's jerk off instruction, yeah.
Jerk off instructions.
Yep.
Greater London, simply Turkish. I feel we've sipped into like kebab areas again,
Yeah.
rather than
Have you?
porn engine.
Are you sure that we're not now going through the like kebab awards rundown again? Turkish.
Southeast-
That's really surprising.
It isn't it? Southeast, point of view.
Yeah.
Southwest, glory hole. And I saved Scotland simply because Scotland is simply pegging.
Well,
Pegging.
just the entire. I refuse to believe that is like that's crazy. Like for an entire
then-
country and their top search is pegging.
Well, that's their top relative searches, but then you get to like United Kingdom's top relative categories,
right.
and categories is like I don't quite understand it. Videos from the Indian category are 167% more likely. Oh, here we go. Relative categories are based on the 100 plus specified genres that all Pornhub videos are sorted into. Right, okay. And again,
You know what,
I'm
I
not
think-
going to go through all of these. Some of these are interesting. Northern Ireland is simply smoking.
I genuinely think my dream job could be porn analytics. That'd be really all day, every day.
That'd be a good T-shirt as well.
Porno analytics. What is it? What do you...
No, I love Northern Ireland simply smoking.
Yeah.
And interestingly,
Wrap
now,
your
they
lips
kinda-
around this fucking cigarette, you dirty slag.
Scotland go from pegging to solo male.
Wow. What's that about?
And Greater London is Indian now.
It is the it does as always raise the question, Greg, is a bloke wanking sexy?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I mean, East Midlands have got fisting at least. That's good.
Jesus.
And South East have got pissing. Well,
This
we've
is
got
my
pissing.
combined search history. What are you talking about?
Brits versus American. Now that we've seen how porn tastes differ within the United Kingdom, our statistics set about finding how UK visitors compare to Pornhub's #1 source of traffic, the United States. Now that's weird because, like, British MILF, I don't understand here. Terms the UK searches for more than the US. Well, of course we search for British MILF more
Yeah.
than the US. I'm British. So the top two is British MILF and British. So I guess we would search for that.
Absolutely. Because,
US.
Greg, I mean, I don't know about you, but hearing a British woman...
Ah, go on, put it in me fucking course.
It's just like, oh, I really want to feel your penis inside me.
Oh, I really don't sit, governor. My problem with, like, British porn is that why has it always got to be outside? Like, so much of it's outside.
Well, like fake taxi
in
and
a
all
park,
that.
in
I
a
don't know,
car.
It's just
A lot of it's outside. I'm not into outside porn.
see that
I'm
does
just like,
it's, I don't know. It's, I'd never realised, but I guess you're right. Now that
I'm not saying
all.
all of it is, but I just come with a lot.
There's a majority. There is. I mean, there's the whole fake taxi thing, which is usually, I mean,
Oh,
in a
yeah,
car
that's
but
weird.
outside.
Yeah.
Yes, totally weird.
Sex. I love that people. And Iranian straight after British MILF and British, by the way. We're searching that more than the US, and we're simply searching sex more than the US as well.
Just sex.
Just strange.
Just sex. What is it? What is
That's
this?
so strange. Yeah,
What is
what
this
is it?
thing?
What am I doing? What do I do now, Dad?
It's just like, no, that's not sex. That's fucking. I want to see what
That's
sex is.
fucking. That's a lot of fucking. Did you know that?
Here, I really want to feel your balls on my tits.
Get your balls on me
That's
tits, please.
that's not it. That's not sex. That's
No, and this isn't British. We obviously are British, so we know that's not a British.
I'd love to see I'd love to see an American British parody porn.
Oh God.
So American stars pretending to be British in a porn.
Jesus. I'm here to fix your air fryer.
Yeah. And then when it's our turn, it'll just be us going into a high school with guns. That's
Oh, yeah, that's literally the porn. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
They're like,
that's insane.
way,
Way!
take that. That's all I see on TikTok these days. Is just like it'll be in a video making fun of English people, and then the comments will just be like, "Yeah, but at least I can go to school and not die." Like,
I mean, that is true. It is reassuring to know that when Indiana's at school, the last thing, I mean, not saying it's impossible, it has happened in England, but it's not as much of a degree.
But this is my argument in this matter when sort of people say like, "Oh, you haven't got any guns," just like, yeah, because we had a very horrific incident in the early 90s
Yeah.
that was so barbaric that the country banned guns.
Yeah.
Australia did the same
Australia
fucking
as
thing.
well. Australia
Like,
as well.
That's like we learn from the mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, but
You-
they obviously they do
you,
not.
like,
So,
for some
not,
reason-
not to put down our American listeners, by the way. 'cause
Absolutely not. And I'm
by,
sure.
by the way, America is actually our largest percentage of listeners.
Well, I'm sorry. If you like guns, fair enough. But fucking hell, man. When do you say like, oh, enough's enough.
Enough could be enough. There we go. I'd say that brings us to the end of the episode. It doesn't feel like it because now we can open the curtain.
We can
During-
break down that fourth wall.
There's actually this podcast. You might have heard from the sound slightly changed, but this episode's been recorded in two halves because we recorded an entire episode a
And
few
it was
days
great,
ago,
and it was really
and it
good.
was a
It
really
felt
good
great.
episode. We covered all different stories that we haven't done in the rest of the episode. And then when we finished, we realised Joe's Zoom mic had turned off, run out of battery.
We were literally doing the outro, saying our goodbyes, and I'm
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, we were literally just saying goodbye. We recorded an episode still around the same length as this one, but we kept going and we talked about all different things. And then we realised that we literally couldn't use. We only had my half of the conversation.
Yeah, it was bad. I mean, we had some of mine, but
We basically had Joe's. We had the 35 minutes of Joe's.
Yeah.
So we'd probably talked for another half hour after that, and it wasn't
About that,
recorded.
it was
So-
unfortunate.
So we've literally come back this evening. At the time, I was like, I can't re-record that now. I didn't want to try and replicate what we did and repeat the same stories and try and make the same jokes. So we just let it go off into the ether.
Yeah.
And we came back with different updates to talk about and stories and what have you. So yeah, so there was a bit of a gap twist in this podcast where
But you know
it was
what?
recorded in two halves.
If it hadn't happened, we wouldn't have had this glorious second half.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
What you've been involved in is an unknown interlude.
Yes. Yeah. You, no. You didn't know the encore. You didn't know you were getting.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were getting it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But I would say it brings us to the end of the episode. We'll be back with another episode in a couple of weeks, as always. As always. Fucking yes, as always. You know it.
Goddamn right.
We should probably start doing something. I think I say this like I have all the time in the world to think about it and action these things. But in 2 episodes' time, we enter the 10 countdown to 200.
Yeah.
We enter 190. And I'm like, maybe we should do something for that, but I don't know what that would be. But, we'll see.
Oh man, what if we like? I want to say we should track down like old guests, but they're not gonna remember
who we are.
the episode. They're not gonna remember being on this fucking episode show. Apart
I
from
would
maybe
like
Ed.
to,
maybe
I don't
Ed.
know what-
Maybe Ed.
Maybe yet. I
Actually,
don't
it's
know
probably
what we
now's
would
not a
do.
good time. Actually.
Yeah, I don't know what we'd do or how we would do it or where we would go, but I would at some point like to attempt us going out with the Zoom mic again and doing something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
We can still do like an intro and outro like this, but maybe go do an episode out and about somewhere.
Out and about.
See what happens.
We can
We'll see.
See what madness unfolds.
But yeah, as always, and anyway, one bit that we did say in the last episode, which obviously didn't happen, and I now want to repeat again. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Luke Warren, who has been listening to our episodes and literally in 2 weeks went from episode 51 to like 183.
Yeah.
Which is insane, and I feel I should apologise.
I was gonna say, just like, man, you have had to listen to some fucking bullshit.
He said he was going to get some Geezedrops drops for us. Please do. We
Oh
welcome
man, always,
all Geezedrops
always
drops.
welcome. Yeah,
all
man.
Geezedrops drops.
Well, as
And
I
he
said,
wants
like
to-
there's been a few people that have busted their way through it pretty damn quick. My friend Wayne,
it's
he
insane.
made a pretty valiant effort at getting through the episodes.
Yeah,
but I
Tom
think
from
he
Anywhere
did
But
it. He
Here
did it in
podcast
reverse
did as well.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think if someone started listening now, I don't think I would say go to episode 1.
no,
I
well, you
think I
can't
would
on
just-
Spotify.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
I think you can only have a certain amount on there. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why.
I bet Joe Rogan's allowed all of his fucking episodes on there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I would say go back to the beginning. I think I'd be like just wherever you want. Just listen to one from the
Yeah,
last
just fucking
20
take your pick.
and to see how you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm digressing. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thanks to all of you who've listened, especially
Yeah.
and not just shouting out those all you listeners have been listening for years who are like, oh, he's only just joined. You're thanking, and we obviously thank.
No, we appreciate and respect all of you. Thank you
If
for
any of you listens,
everyone that has contributed. Sam, Marin, Wayne, Luke, Tree. Who else?
Stuart.
Absolutely. Hope you're doing well, Stu.
Yeah. Good shout out, Stu.
Just everyone. Sorry, I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, so those are our 5 listeners.
No, that was like at least like 9.
All right, yeah, everyone, thanks for listening. I have been Greg, Jizz Jewelry, Turd Burglar Armstrong.
Burglar?
I don't know. I panicked.
I don't know. Fuck. I haven't been paying attention.
No, you weren't paying attention. All the things we've been discussing.
I don't know. I've been... Fuck!
Damn, all those porn searches we just covered as well.
I know. Bollocks to it then. I'll be Joe...
Turkish Jackson.
Jerk off instructions Jackson. I'm really annoyed by that. I had nothing lined up there and I was really fucked it. Terrible outro, but
funnily
anyway.
enough, when we were talking, I'm always thinking when we come to the end what I'm going to say, and I was like, I might actually go with Turkish or pegging.
Nice.
What should I go with? But instead, if I open my mouth and Jizz Turd Burglar came out, and that's not what I had planned.
I was going to mention pegging, but then I know that I've done that several times in other episodes, and people are going to start asking...
You've pegged several times in other episodes.
No, I brought it up, or I seemed enthusiastic about it, and people are going to start asking questions, so I chose not to say that one. But here we are.
You could have been Joe... Lime green bike Jackson. As many things you could have been.
I could have. I was going to go with.
We forgot what we talked about in the first half of this episode because it was like a few days ago.
For some reason, I was going to go for I've been Joe. It's a nice day for a shite wedding, Jackson. But it was too much of a long reference, ball reference to back to the jewelry conversation.
It was a bit of a long ball one.
This is what happens exactly after
This is true.
When we do
this
a podcast,
is the conversation that we have after we finish recording. This is the conversation that happens after we hit stop.
So, Greg, how did you feel that went? What do you think about that episode? Any pointers?
I think I was a little bit sloppy towards the end.
No. I thought you were great. No, I mean, obviously, you mispronounced some things, but it's not a problem. In general, I thought I say all the time, so it's really the best that you do most of the talking, and I just interact.
I did get unintentionally very aroused as well during the.
Was it the pegging? Was it the mentioning of the pegging?
I'm
not going to lie.
During the Queen tributes,
I did. Oh no, yeah, absolutely. Funnily enough, actually, is when you were reading out the searches from. I was searching them also on Pornhub. I wasn't surprised by what I saw. But then also, just on an off chance, I just typed in Queen. That was a shocker.
Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll be back next time. Bye.
Toodaloo.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.